Welcome back. So we're straight in with our white base, and I'm spreading that around with a hairdryer. I'm going to cover the whole canvas there with it. Today we are working with our white base, and on top of this we are going to pour a lovely little mixture of paints on top in lines. Then we're going to tilt it and we're going to see what happens. So we have completed spreading our white base around to make sure that it's evenly covering the canvas, and we are getting straight into it. So what you can't see here, unfortunately, is I have a paper cup and I am pouring into this cup multiple different colors, blues, dark blues, turquoise, metallic pink, metallic green is in there, and gold, of course. And I'm pouring this down the side of my paper cup, and I'm just layering them all in different ways. Then I'm pinching the cup, so we have created like a tiny little spout. And from this then, I am pouring the paint that is on the cup onto the canvas. And here we go. So I'm starting off the edge of the canvas. I'm letting the paint make contact with the canvas, and then I'm bringing it across the canvas in a lovely little squiggle. I'm continuing on then with the same paint that's left, and I'm creating a design back the way, and then I'm coming back across that corner again. We're starting with thinner lines. Better to start with less amount of paint than too much. So I'm just following here. There's no real thought, there's no real plan. I'm just flowing with it. Here I've topped up the cup with more of a graphite based colours, so less green, less blue, and I'm just following on top of that first line because I want to make it a bit thicker, and I'm just delicately placing these lines in here. Now here you can see that I'm letting the paint flow out of the cup at a much slower rate, so this way we're going to get much thicker lines here to work with. So you can see that's quite dark in comparison, and that's because this section of the cup that I'm pouring out of, so near the bottom, had a lot of the graphite, the darker colours, and less blue. So now that I've seen, I see what running the cup across the canvas very quickly looks like, and it gives me a thinner line. I am working now with balancing those thinner lines with thicker lines. Doesn't look as seamless just yet. You can kind of see the line isn't completely uniform in thickness across, but that's okay because we're going to tilt it and we're going to experiment and we're going to see what's happening. Now, this one you can see it has the little bit of metallic pink in there. It's really, really beautiful. And there is our metallic gold at the far side of that line that we started. So I'm just running with this. I'm also trying to be mindful to not add on too much paint because I do want the white base there to give us some nice negative space and to have a nice balance then with the lines that we're putting on. So here I'm just running back in. I'm adding on more paint into the lines that I already have there because I don't want to go adding in more lines. I want to leave the negative space as it is as much as I can and without overpowering it. So I'm deciding to come back in on top of lines I've already put down and just to make those thicker, and we'll work from it then and see. Now there I'm after swirling the cup to try to get more of the colours inside it to mix. I want it to be a delicate kind of paint that's coming onto the canvas and a nice mixture of them, less block colours that will come out. So that's why I swirled it there. And now we are gonna tilt it. And we're going to be very gentle and very patient here. So you see, paint is just moving ever so slowly. And the lines of paint that we put on there are now spreading out. So we get a lovely, delicate, kind of like a geode effect. Very lovely. The turquoise is popping through, the metallic pink is there, there's metallic green as well. Yeah, the bands that it creates is just really lovely. So when you see how it's spreading out, and we're getting lots of lovely colour, that's why we don't want to put on too much paint. We just want the paint that we put on to spread out, and it will give us this lovely looking painting. Be mindful of the speed at which, or the degree to which that you're tilting the painting, and just keep an eye on how quick is the paint moving and how quick do I want the paint to move. It has happened to me where I'm tilting the painting and I get so carried away because it looks so fascinating and so cool. And then the next thing I know, oh, most of the paint is tilted off because I wasn't actually paying attention. But that was a learning experience in and of itself. So never worry. It is what it is. And painting more so is about the process, is about having fun, or maybe not having fun, but more so about the process. So trust yourself, trust to the process. Do you see how beautiful it is? The metallic green, the metallic pink is absolutely popping, guys. Absolutely popping. Now you can see how those lines that we put down have moved out into, expanded into such thicker bands. It's so beautiful because we can see, yeah, it is like a geode, isn't it? I did this kind of effect on an 8" by 8" before, but as you can imagine, the smaller surface that you're working with, the lines don't have that much space to like merge and flow out through. But with the bigger canvases, they do, and it can look really, really, really lovely. This is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope it was informative or useful, or that you just had a nice time watching it. Thank you very much, and I will be back with you again next Friday. Bye.